from the UK is with us Sam Eagle. Sam, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for being with us here. I know that it's pretty late for you over there.
No, it's all good. It's a pleasure.
Are you close to London?
Yeah, I'm about an hour away by train. I'm by the coast of
Oh, nice.
the
Are
east
you close?
coast of the UK.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I was
Yeah.
a year ago. I was in the Great Escape. I went to
Oh, amazing.
yeah. It was my first time in London and in the UK, and it was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's such a good festival, that.
It
Really, really
is.
cool.
And you were playing there.
We were, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
We,
we are going to talk about that because I have this interview. But let me just introduce the people who is Sam Eagle. So Sam is a multi-instrumentalist and songwriter. He's only 21 years old, and his most recent work has been acclaimed for the BBC Radio, Six Music, Radio X, Clash, Mahogany, and Berlin Stereo, and more. So his EP called Funkenheim. Funk, how is that, Sam? Can you help me with
uh, it's Funkenheim.
Funkenheim?
Kind of,
Funkenheim.
yeah,
I was close.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Which was released last month, has roots in jazz, funk, soul. So I might say that is an eclectic music genre. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. There's a bit of lots of some mix of lots of different stuff.
Yeah. So regarding to your show, the way you describe, no, sorry. Regarding to your biography, the way you describe your music really caught my attention because you say something like lyrically, it is quite abstract. The concept behind it are kind of just getting through struggles and experiencing the great things in life that pop up out of nowhere and you didn't see coming. So it
Mm.
is such an interesting fact. So tell us how is your creative process? How was this? Why? What inspired you to say something like this?
Yeah, well, when it comes to lyrics, when I'm writing, don't necessarily have a specific topic in mind when I start writing lyrics. I just I'll do the music first, get all that in place, and then just sort of let that sit with me for a while, and then the lyrics just sort of form.
Mm-hmm.
And I try and just sort of be as free as I can with it and open as I can with it. And then you sort of look back afterwards, and then hopefully a topic kind of emerges.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that whole thing about it is quite abstract lyrically, but there's definitely still the theme there of, yeah, like you say, like making the most of the good things in life when they come along, and kind of I guess it's been a reflection of this year in general, just how uncertain life is in general, literally. Um, so it's kind of that really. In terms of inspiration, similarly, uh, I'm not necessarily inspired by something and then I'll go away and write about that. I think inspiration kind of comes from just the things that you're surrounded by,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that just sort of naturally influences you. And if you try to write really honestly and really openly, that will just sort of come through just naturally. I think what surrounds you will just come through into your music. So
That's
that's the
inspiring.
process.
I have to say that you are doing great because There
Oh,
is
thank
a
you.
lot of people struggling in this moment. We are actually, our
Mm.
world is changing, but despite of this fact, you were keeping doing your music, and you had such a good result. Because when I hear your music for the first time, I was really impacted. I was like, oh wow, this is
Oh, thank you.
amazing! Really, I really love your music. And then I discovered that you are so young, and your voice doesn't sound like a person for 21 years old, and your
Oh, cheers.
music your music sounds really mature, so it's unbelievable to see all the way that you still have in front of you. And that's great that you are inspiring people to keep doing what you really love.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very, very kind. Cheers.
No, it's true. So, well, the first single is like this.
Yeah.
I obviously I want to play this to people to make them know what are we talking about. But would you like to tell us something before I play your first single from this new EP?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this one is coming from my well, this the story behind this EP is kind of um it's the first music that I'm putting out with my new label, Cooking Vinyl,
Mm-hmm.
who also operate in Australia as well.
Yeah, in Melbourne.
Um, yeah, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, so the first EP that I'm doing with them is coming out in November. It's called Something Out of Nothing, and this track, Like This, was the last track. It was really late in the process that I wrote it, and I was kind of I was still needing one more song, and it was just getting like later and later and later and closer and closer and closer, and then it just came like it just literally all came out in one night. I got the bass line, and then it just kind of all fell into place for me.
So
It
was
was
the
good.
last one? It was the last
Uh,
one?
it was the last one to be written. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, usually
Uh,
happens. The last thing that you do, or I don't know, last will be the first. I don't know if in English,
yeah.
English it has sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So let's play like this.
Cool.
Legs work harder under. Ooh, how we get around something out of nothing. Ooh, look at what I found. Look at what I found. Working part time on the inside. Ooh, can you get us out somewhere out of nowhere? Ooh, how we get around. How we get around.
Ask.
Why does it have to be like this all the time? Why does it have to be like this all the time? Why does it have to be like this all the time? Why does it have to be like this all the time? Looking outside from the inside. Ooh, can you let it out? Look for the reason. We're somewhere. Ooh, we can figure out the reason. We're somewhere. Can you look up? Why does it have to be like this all the time? Why does it have to be like this all the time? Why does it have to be like this all the time? Why does it have to be like this all the time? Nothing doing, set in stone to it. Can you show me the edge and push me over it? Show me the edge. You got all the time, breathing daylight. Why out of nothing. Ooh, look at what I found.
That is awesome. Awesome. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love your song.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
So you are a multi-instrumentalist, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What was the first instrument that you learned?
Drum kit, drums, which I think is quite a common thing among like multi-instrumentalists to start on drums. I found
Okay.
that with quite a lot of people I know that
Mhm.
play a lot of instruments, they usually start on drums for some reason. No idea why, but it's
And at
just a
what
fun
at what
instrument.
at what age?
Uh, I think maybe about like 8, I think.
Oh, wow.
It's
Were
quite
your
young.
were your parents supporting you? Why this music thing came to you?
Uh, I mean, I didn't like, I wasn't pursuing being a musician until I was about sort of like 17, I think.
Okay.
Up till then, it was just kind of uh, just for enjoyment. And I mean, uh, I still like hold that spirit like behind everything because that's the most important thing. But yeah, until about 17, I was just kind of just playing it just for fun, basically. And then I sort of decided I put together a little EP just to see what it was like, and just decided, yeah, this is really, really what I want to push push to do.
Right. Okay, cool. That sounds amazing. And okay, the next song that I have is Funketheim. So for me, I don't know if I am wrong. Please, you say you correct me. But for me, has a bit of samba, jazz. It is such an
Mm.
instrumental song.
Yeah, that very much so. It's like the lyrics for this song came very late. Like I wrote it sort of as an instrumental song, like you
Mhm.
say. Um, so that's interesting you picked up on that. But yeah, there's a lot going on. Like the whole kind of thing with this song was like I literally just wanted to make a song that was just really fun and just had like as many ideas as I could put in there as possible, and literally just not really worry about whether there's a chorus there or a verse there, or like just literally just throwing stuff at it basically and just having fun.
Yeah, and it sounds like that. The,
Oh,
the,
good.
the song is really relaxing, like when I hear that for the first time, it transport me to another place. It is like,
Oh,
yeah, it's so cool.
that's amazing. Thank you.
So let's play for Funketheim.
Funkenheim, yeah, yeah.
Funketheim.
Wait, which direction do you fall? Which direction? Been here before. Oh, intention says it all. Your invention, believe it, yeah. See, curiosity leaves you exposed. Tell me everything you want to know. We don't get the option anymore. But I don't wanna see you getting older. Love like this will leave the heart exposed. I don't wanna be here when you go. Get the feeling we've been here before, but we don't see the changes around us.
Ever changing answer over and over. Don't think you can go on. Ocean, oh devotion, setting in motion, sink or swim.
Faster, oh disaster, pulling me under. I don't wanna go on. Karma,
Yeah.
Do you play also violin?
I don't play violin, no. That was a friend of mine, Matt. He put that
Okay.
down. Yeah. I'd love to play violin, but really hard.
I suppose that I have a cousin
Yeah.
that she plays, but she since she was like maybe 5 years old. Now she's 15 and she's amazing. But all her
Wow, yeah.
yeah, it's awesome. So okay, you release your career. I'm not sure if I am wrong or not because it says 2019, but then I discovered that you have music from 2018, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, really, like, my first, like, serious, in
Mhm.
quotation marks.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not a great word to use with music, but I guess like my first yeah, serious project was last year, um, which was an EP called Coping Mechanisms, which was a 7-track EP, and that was kind of yeah, that was kind of the first proper, more ambitious project that I'd done. So, but then before that, I'd done a couple of EPs, which were literally just like me just kind of working things out. Really, I'd say I'm still kind of working things out, but I'm just a little further along now than back then.
Okay. Yeah. So you have, as we were talking at the beginning, you have played in music festivals like Latitude, Side by Southwest, wow, and The Great Escape, plus a gig for 400 people at Colchester Arts Center. Wow,
That's right. Yeah.
that's incredible. How did you feel playing for such a big audiences in such a big names festivals, music big names?
Yeah, I mean, all those shows were amazing. Like Latitude Festival, for people who don't know, it's like a festival kind of local to me, but it's like it's an amazing festival. It's a really personal kind of thing. And we played on the BBC Music introducing stage, and just had loads of our friends were there, and it was just such a beautiful night. It was amazing. And then South by Southwest was our first time playing in America and in another country, and that kind of led to me getting signed to Cooking Vinyl. So that was just like a crazy week. We did 7 shows in 6 days out there,
Oh my
which was
God.
brilliant. Yeah.
Was that last year, 2019?
Yeah, that was last year. Yeah,
So the
very lucky to get
South by
last year.
Southwest with the Great Escape as well last year?
Yeah, we did Great Escape last year and the year before that as well, actually.
Oh,
Brilliant festival again.
how did you do that? Do you have a management team working for you behind?
Yeah, the Great Escape shows came, and South by Southwest actually, came through my management. He runs the stage there, so pretty convenient.
Okay, okay. It was through Kelly.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's how we met.
Yeah, so Kelly, if you are listening to us, hi. It is. It was
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, Kelly.
So that's an amazing experience. To have such a big audience, as I said before. So the next song that I will play is called Whistleblower.
Yeah,
Whistle.
that's right.
Yeah. So this is a remix with Pal House.
Yeah, Palm House.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, this was a remix of. So this was a remix that my friend did of my track, Whistleblower. He did a really cool job. The original is like a crazy kind of jazzy, acoustic, crazy time signatures, lots of things going on song, and he just really flipped it in a really cool way. And yeah, I haven't heard it for a while actually, so that's cool you're playing it.
Yeah, it is one of my favorites one as well.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah, but before that, I want to know more about South by Southwest. How was
Sure.
to play in the South by Southwest? How was the touring thing, to play in another country? Um, it was big difference for you between in the American culture, North
Mm.
American culture was big difference for you?
Yeah, definitely. I absolutely loved it so, so, so much. South by Southwest is in Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's yeah, the people there just like instantly struck me as just super passionate about their music,
Mm-hmm.
like so supportive. I guess like of the whole thing of the festival, like bands coming from different countries at the beginning of their careers, like they really embrace that. But yeah, just the responses and reactions and stuff was just so exciting. Like that, you could tell they really love their music over there. But yeah, just playing in another country was just mind blowing. Like
Yeah,
it
it
was
was.
unbelievable, unbelievable.
Were you by yourself or with a band, with your band?
With a band with my four friends,
Oh
so it
wow,
was really really nice. Yeah,
so lucky as well
yeah,
because usually
absolutely.
sometimes because of um, spending things or with budget, sometimes you have to do it
Mm.
by yourself. But it's amazing that you did with your band.
Yeah, well, we crowdfunded um, a lot of it, which really helped.
Awesome.
Um,
How many
yeah,
are you on the stage?
five in total.
Okay, so
I'm
where?
playing like pretty small stages as well. It was like that's the fun thing about South by Southwest. You could be playing like a dive bar or a taco shop or a cinema, or we did like two rooftop shows, which were insane. Like the last show we did on the last day was a rooftop show, and it was like 23 floors up, I
Uh-huh.
think, and it looked out across the whole of Austin, and it was just oh, it was amazing. At night, it was just like yeah, such a nice way to end it as well.
Oh, that sounds unbelievable. I haven't been in the South by Southwest. I was going to go in many years ago, but at the end I came to Australia. So,
Ah.
but anyways, but at some point I hope to be able to enjoy the South by Southwest.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. I think next year it's all digital because they cancelled it like a week before it happened this year.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, hopefully it'll be back
Yes,
better than ever.
exactly. Okay, so let's play this remix that for me sounds really cool. And yeah, what do you think?
Awesome. Yeah, this one was like I hadn't had a remix done of any of my music before, and
Mhm.
so I thought it would just be a cool. My friend Jamie, whose project is called Palm House. He's in a collective called Papaya. Definitely go check out Papaya uh, on Instagram. Little plug for Papaya there.
Okay.
um, yeah, he's just a great producer, and like I was just really interested to see what he did with it, and he really flipped it and changed it up in a really interesting way, which I wasn't expecting, which is such an exciting thing to get back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the result was amazing. So, okay, enjoy, people.
Different voice in both ears. Devils
Amazing song. Amazing song.
Cheers. Thank you.
So, searching your music, I found another really cool song from 2016 that is
Oh, yeah.
catchy tune about ice or something.
Yes. I mean, I should say, like, I I don't know if swearing is a problem in Australia at 9 a.m.
Why?
Because this one is just like riddled with F-bombs. Just a warning.
Okay.
I just thought I should just say, just like,
Yeah, well, sometimes.
just to prepare people.
So this song, tell us about this song. It sounds
Di-
really good, really mature for
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like maybe 16, I think, when I wrote it. Yeah, this was off the first EP that I wrote. When I was literally just like, I was just like, I was in bands and stuff, and just kind of got a bit, just wanted to do my own thing really. So kind of wanted to try out making an EP. And I think this was the first one I wrote, and they were just really, really simple verse, chorus, done songs. Just like acoustic guitar and a little bit of percussion and like a really simple hook. And I really wanted these songs to just be literally as simple as they could possibly be. And this one I just kind of got the hook and turned out very rude. But that's fine.
And did you do it by yourself?
Yeah, this one was recorded. Well, all the songs off that EP were recorded in my little studio that I'm in now. Just self-produced
Oh wow.
and self-played. I mean, I say produced. It's very, very, very like basic and just kind of plain and simple. But that's kind of what I was going for really at the time.
But it doesn't sound like simple produce or
Oh, thank you.
yeah, no, it doesn't at all. So you have definitely you have your talent as a producer as well as a music producer. Do you
Oh,
record
thank you.
your music by yourself?
Yeah, I record all the new songs. Most of the old songs were recorded either here in my studio or just at my house, and then they get mixed by a mixing engineer. So I don't mix them, but I record them because that
Okay.
way I can just take as much time as I like on it, get it exactly how I want it, and I'm just a lot more comfortable doing things that way, you know. Mm,
Yeah, totally. Like this, you can focus to do other things, and yeah, totally.
exactly, yeah.
Okay, so let's play catchy tune about ice or something.
Are you fucking blind? Are you fucking blind? Symbols in your eyes roll me all your mind. Are you fucking blind? Are you fucking blind? Are you fucking blind? Are you fucking blind? T-Rex running wild. Start running, my child. Your eyes making fun of my friends. Are you happy or wired? Are you fucking tired? Fuck. Are you fucking blind? Are you fucking blind? Are you fucking blind.
So cool and funny as well.
Thank you very much.
So how the lyrics came up?
I don't know. Like they just again they the whole thing about that EP was like do you know the band the Pixies or
Yes,
Pixies?
yes.
Well, I was a big fan of Frank Black's lyrics at the time, still am, but his whole thing was like the lyrics don't actually have to mean anything. Like they don't have to have any meaning. They just have to basically fit the music, which I still half think is true. Like um, I think it just has to lyrics just have to fit the music. Obviously, that's probably the most important thing.
That's really
But
true.
yeah, back then, like that was kind of the philosophy behind the lyrics on that EP. So I was just literally like singing, just like off the top of my head, and that was kind of the first thing that came.
And also it sounds like a good exercise for musicians. You know, if you are playing an instrument and trying to make some lyrics as well, I think it's a good exercise for your mind and
Yeah.
composition thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like uh, a very liberating way to do it. Like, I think you make your best music definitely when you're not overthinking things, especially lyrics. Like, I think the less you can think about it and the more just natural and open and honest you can be,
Absolutely,
the
absolutely.
better it comes.
So I really love to read this about you. It says that you talk about experimentation and composition, about honesty, and make your music impossible to pigeonhole, basically.
Yeah, try to. I try to.
And you know what? I have to mention this. Prince was one of the biggest musicians that never wanted to be pigeonholed in a genre because at the beginning of his career he wanted to do it was in disco music sounding a lot and it was on fashion the disco music and then he went through rock then funk then and he was doing and experimenting different things so when I was
Mm.
presenting your music it is also you can I cannot say Sam Eagle is pop no Sam Eagle is you know
Yeah.
it's really nice so
Oh,
what
that's good.
what makes you think like that?
I think just like I think it's just maybe a kind of almost like rebellious spirit kind of thing. Like I don't like uh yeah, I think it's probably just that really. Like I don't I just don't like being put into a lab like a category, if you like. I'm not sure. I think it's just something that has always kind of bothered me. Like when someone compares you to someone, or it's a very natural thing for people to do. Like
Yeah.
uh, say, oh, this it's like this, it's like this. So I'd always try and um, if anyone said that, I'd always like try and go down the opposite direction.
Okay,
And
that's good.
yeah, it's just kind of a philosophy that I've just sort of naturally come to use, I guess.
And you mentioned also that it was a challenge, and you mentioned that to the challenge a lot. So why do you consider your music as a challenge,
Um,
or maybe the composition process? Or yeah,
yeah, I think it's just about like again, it's just doing something that you haven't heard before, and maybe someone else might not have heard before. You're really trying to make something that's worth
Mm-hmm.
people listening to you, and not someone someone you need to be doing something unique in order to be like worthy of people's attention, I think. So I think that's the challenge, like um really making something unique and making people
Different.
think and feel, if that's not too pretentious.
Exactly. That's the thing about music. You need to connect with the people,
Mm.
with the feelings. And I read something about the mixing process was your with this EP was done remotely over the phone and internet.
Yeah,
How was that?
crazy. Oh my God.
It-
Like,
yeah.
no, never in a million years uh would we like did we expect we'd have to do that. It was mad. It was like a month every day for like 8 or 9 hours a day on the phone. Like the guy mixing it was in his studio and I was just at home, and he was streaming the audio from his studio to my headphones, and then we were just talking on the phone, like, turn this up, a bit more reverb on that, bit less compression on that. And it was kind of difficult at first to communicate exactly, but we kind of learned how to communicate with each other super clearly after a few days. And it was a really interesting process, like very different. It's nuts, but it was interesting.
I can imagine that. It was during this pandemic at the beginning of
Yeah,
the year. Yeah.
yeah, it was like March time, late March, I think.
So, what can you recommend to those musicians making music during these difficult times? If they are not able to go outside, what is your advice?
It's it is very difficult at the moment because you're not getting new experiences to get inspired by. But I would say try and try and oh, that's a good question. In terms of like career musicians,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say find things other than as to add to music. So um through this pandemic, I've started a podcast and started doing Twitch streams and stuff, and those two projects have become like a huge part of my work schedule, and I value them like almost equally now with the music. So I think it's really just important to diversify as much as you can in these kinds of times. In terms of like that's from like a career point of view, which I guess is kind of obvious anyway, but in terms of like staying inspired, I think just don't worry about not necessarily being able to write. Like, don't put pressure on yourself, because that is the biggest creativity killer. And just again, just try to sort of not worry too much about if something's not coming, because it will eventually.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. So we are getting to the end of this interview, but let's play "Ode to Jack McBrayer."
Awesome.
Yeah, and then we are going to talk about your podcast for a bit more.
Cool.
So let's play the music.
So is this the way it is now? Making something out of nothing makes me notice something's missing. Brought me to the surface. There's so much you're holding in. There's so much you're not saying. Free your mind and let me in. to pretending until that stops giving. So free your mind and let me in. Free your mind and let me in. Ask me if you really have to. Just free your mind and let me in. Free your mind and let me in. Free your mind and let me
What a mix! What a mix! It's unbelievable how at the middle of the song it changed completely, and it has a lot of bass, and then jazz, and then again like a relax, chilling.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Sam, I really, really love your music. Seriously,
Oh, thank you, Sylvia.
a new
Thank
fan.
you so
A new
much.
fan. It's great. It's great what you are doing. Please keep doing, keep writing music, keep sharing your music. It's great.
Always. Thank you so, so much. That's really kind of you. Thank you.
It is. So tell us about your podcast.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the things that I've been starting up through this pandemic, because we were like, we're not going to be playing any gigs this year,
Mhm.
basically. Um, how can we kind of keep have different channels of interest to keep people interested and stuff, and to keep building relationships with people, connections with other artists and stuff. And so we started a podcast called Samcast,
Mhm.
and I basically just talk with other musicians and people in the music industry. We had Six Music's Tom Robinson on, who's BBC Six Music's Tom Robinson on, who's out next week. We've had South African rapper Yugen Blackrock, who's on the Black Panther soundtrack.
Awesome.
We've had all sorts of artists from all different genres and backgrounds and um, all sorts of things. Just talking about like writing, philosophy, um, influences, and sort of stories and experiences behind their music. And yeah, it's been really a really interesting experience. So much fun to put together.
Sounds really interesting. Really interesting. So it's called Sample. How is it? How is it called?
Samcast.
Samcast.
So
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah, one word. And
Oh,
yeah, if people want to listen, it's like on any podcasting platform.
okay. Do you have the support of your parents? Do you have siblings? How is your family working around your career?
Yeah, I'm still living at home. My studio is up at the top of my house.
Yeah, I can see
Um,
that, and it looks amazing. And in your
uh,
videos, it looks so cool, so cozy. It looks,
cheers.
yeah,
Thank you. Yeah, it's very small. It's very small. It is cozy, that's for sure. Um, but no, yeah, I've been like super. Everyone's been super supportive of my music, and my parents have never like pushed me down any direction. They just kind of because I finished school and I didn't really want to go to university or anything because uh, I just didn't. I kind of knew that I wanted to do music, and I knew kind of how I wanted to do it. So I wanted to. I had a year after school just to like really go for it and really try and work 100% at it. And it's kind of worked out so far. Um, so yeah, they've been like super supportive, amazing. Um, I'm my brother is also musical. Um,
Okay.
he's not a musician, but he is musical. Um, but other than that, there's not really much music in my family, really.
Oh,
Um,
right. Well, it's so I suppose that it's super important to have family support as
oh,
well,
absolutely,
um,
definitely.
in everything in your life, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm asking you this because you are really young and you sound really mature and you are doing great in your music now with this podcast. Sounds really interesting as well to listen to. So it's a really good example.
Oh, thank you, Sylvia. Cheers.
No, it is. So, Sam, it was fabulous to have you today with us. Such an amazing project, as I say, and I will say again and again. I wish you the best.
You too, Sylvia. Thank you.
Thank you for the time to stay till late for you in England, awake for us.
No, not at all.
Different times. But
It's a musician's trait. Just
yeah,
late is just musician's life.
exactly. So I will play last song that I have is 15-8.
Awesome.
That is from your last EP as well.
Yeah, that's from Coping Mechanisms as well.
And thank you everyone for being here with us today at 360 Music Industry Show. Follow us in Bondi Beach radio.com.au. Also on Instagram accounts, Zambrano16, Sam Eagle Music, and enjoy the rest of the day. It's beautiful, it's getting warm in here. See you next week. And thank you very much, Sam. Have a nice
Thank you so much, Sylvia. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You do everything better, everything down to your point of view. I try running backwards, I find it hard to keep up with you. I find it hard to keep up with you. You were put on death row last night. We were the last two people to see you alive, 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 alive. You were put on death row last night. We were the last two people to see you alive, 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 alive. Where'd you get that attitude? You're a son of shotgun bored with nothing to do. I got nothing, oh, I got nothing. Where'd you get that firework? It blew me up to a different point of view. I see the colors closer.